Boy, Renate, I'll tell you, you see a lot of body language when the people are going through the haunted houses during the Halloween time. Right? But
Yes.
you don't need a special body language authority to know that that means fear. Were either of the candidates in Thursday night's, wait just a second, 1, 2, 3, Friday, Thursday, Wednesday night's debate, either of them different than they had been? Either of them different than the Romney and the Obama that you had seen many times before?
I would definitely say so.
How?
Governor Romney was a lot more straightforward, a lot more self-assured, including his gestures. His gestures included quite a bit of lecturing, so that is something we noticed. President Obama was a little more subdued.
And this is right from the beginning when they met in front of the podiums.
Yes. Here they have a very nice and firm handshake. That shows right there. And here, President Obama touches Governor Romney above the elbow, which is a little bit of a power play. Whatever is touching above the elbow, means I'm the one. And here we have two different looks. Even though they look in the same direction, President Obama looks quite worried here. Governor Romney looks a little bit quizzed, thinking of what he will say next. Here we talk about that lecturing finger, telling the public or the viewers what his opinions are in a very strong way.
Romney, Governor Brewer, everybody is giving some kind of a finger to the President of the United States. It just seems to be happy. Now, this is an Obama that we recognize because that smile is very familiar.
Exactly. That smile is so charismatic and so wonderful. And he has the typical smile. His entire face goes up in a positive way. However, during the debate, he had the same smile, but very often like a flash, quicker than normal.
What is he showing?
This is called adapters. If somebody makes a certain face or certain movements in a face, when they're nervous or tense or stressed or do not like to be in that particular situation, he moves his lips in a certain way, a little bit tight here. Here we have Governor Romney looking in a very quizzed way. He has a smirk around his lips. It's not a smile, it's just a smirk. President Obama is explaining something, also kind of an insecure look about him. And here we have them almost facing each other. President Obama, very open. They have the same hand gestures. Open hands mean what they say. They're very honest about what they are talking about.
And I noticed, though, during the debate that Governor Romney had a lot of eye contact. He was directing a lot of things directly and specifically to the president.
Right. Now, there is something. If you're standing at the right in a debate, you always have the upper hand. Now,
this is right from the audience's perspective?
Yes. Yes,
where the president was.
No, where Governor Romney was.
Yeah, then
he's
that's
on the
if you're on stage,
so that's
right? Okay.
the better part of standing. Unless you're left-handed, then it's better that you would be on the left.
But he is left-handed.
That's what I mean. President Obama is left-handed, so Governor Romney would have been situated in a better place if he was on the left, because then automatically President Obama would have more eye contact with him because he's on the side he's easier to look for.
But and I was left, I mentioned yesterday that part of the confidence, at least as I read it as a non-professional in your field, is that it seemed as if Governor Romney felt that he belonged there on stage. And I didn't understand the sluggishness of an otherwise normally very assertive president.
Right, right. And I agree with you. Governor Romney was trained for months and months how to be a wonderful and assertive public speaker, and it really came out that way. President Obama was a little more subdued than we know him normally.
And while we note that the governor, as I said, had eye contact all the time, many, many times the president was caught in close-ups looking down at his notes. Was that a negative?
It was in a way, yes, because normally he was asked at the very beginning to speak to each other. They were asked to talk to each other
Yes.
directly. So the governor did it. The president looked more down. But the president, when he spoke to the public. He looked directly towards the public.
For those of you, by the way, who are going through your lives cynically, even this early in the morning, saying, wait a minute, what does she know about all of this? Well, it's because of the fact that she happens to be a professional in the field of analyzing and reading body language. Renate Mousseux. Renate Mousseux is somebody who learned to do this where?
Actually, body language is a parascience. You do a lot of research, you read, you look at people, you assess people, you observe people, and you get experience. I am kind of doing that since about 35, 40 years, observing people, assessing people, researching, reading everything inside, listening to everything there is.
So it's on-the-job training and a lot of experience.
Yes, I would say so.
Well, with that then, put it all together and tell us about the next debate. Can the candidates change? Everybody is celebrating, and if not celebrating, if you happen to be an Obama supporter, then you're still acknowledging the fact that Governor Romney looked a lot better than anybody expected. Right. The president did not look as good as I think was expected. Can they change?
I would believe so. I think if you're open-minded and you look at the facts and you keep on looking at the facts and listen and observe, I am sure you make up your mind in the way you should make up your mind, and everybody has their own opinion about politics and what's going on.
Anything specific that we should watch for the next debate?
I would think the points I just mentioned, for instance, eye blinking. Governor Romney did a lot of eye blinking.
What does that mean?
It means you're not too sure. Could mean that you're not telling the truth. Could mean that you're very nervous in the situation. Eventually, it got less frequent, his eye blinking.
Renate Mousseux, you son of a gun, you've done it again. We're going to have you back.